a stranger in the crowd. You were a star up in the clouds, and when our eyes they finally met.
I met Shereen about 6 years ago. It was actually the summer before our last year of law school. And the circumstances of meeting her were kind of weird considering I'm at her wedding right now. And when I was meeting her, I was trying to set her up with a friend of mine who had a big crush on Shereen. And I knew who she was from seeing her in law school. This was a tan, skinny, little curly-headed girl. But I had never met her before. And so a friend came up to me and he's like, Shereen Compton's here. You got to go up and talk to her. And I was like, I don't know her. What do you want me to say? And he said, well, I'm really into her. She's so sweet. She's pretty. She's single. I want to go out on a date with her. You gotta hook me up. So I was like, okay, I'm a good friend. I can do this. So I went up and I started talking to her and I was like, wow, she's really cool. How have I never talked to this girl in the 2 years I've been in law school? And, you know, my friend who was kind of waiting in the wings, I liked him, but he wasn't really boyfriend material. And so at the end of the night, he was just like, well, did you do it? Did you get a date with me? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. She doesn't like you. But so it could have been a very different wedding here tonight, Bryce. No, but I mean, I've always known, you know, how much Shereen just really cares about Bryce. But I don't really think it resonated with me until we actually started planning this wedding. And Shereen took a group of us to go dress shopping with her. And on the first try, we found this stunning masterpiece you see before you today. But afterwards, we all went out to have brunch. And it was Abby, her mom Loretta, her soon-to-be mother-in-law Donna, and a group of her friends. And we were all just sitting around talking, like having quesadillas and burritos or something. And the subject came up of wedding pictures. And Shereen said she was going to do a first look. And we were all just kind of like, why do you want to do a first look? And for those of you who don't know what a first look is, it's when the bride and groom see each other before the wedding. So he sees her in the dress. And so people were like, well, why do you want Bryce to see you in your dress? She started, you know, telling the reason, but then she was just afraid she was going to get really emotional. But I knew the reason she wanted to see Bryce before the wedding. And so I said, I'll tell. And thinking I wouldn't get emotional, which was the most ridiculous thing, obviously. But she said that the reason she wanted to see Bryce before. You're fine, you got it. Bryce is her best friend. She said he's her person. And she couldn't imagine going through the best day of her life without seeing him the whole time. Well, thank you. And so it wasn't so much about, you know, someone seeing her dresses. She just needed to see Bryce on that day, the happiest day of her life. And as far as Bryce, the one moment I really knew how much he loved her, he actually scared me to death. I was picking Shereen up. We were going on a trip together, and Shereen was inside. I was waiting for her out in my car, and all of a sudden someone just like comes up to the window, and I was like, oh my God, I'm being carjacked. This is it. But it was just Bryce, and he kind of looked at me just very stern. And you know, Bryce is like the most polite, relaxed person, but he just gave me this really stern look, and he said, find out her ring size and don't tell her. And then he was just gone. He was just gone. And so then we had to drive to the airport, and I had to pretend like I didn't know that her life was about to change. It was very sweet.
My love, all I want is your love. Never have I dreamed of such a splendid thing. My dear, all I need is you here. Nothing has been so clear, now it's happening. I've seen lightning strike 1,000 times, but you took me by surprise. I never believed in perfect timing. I don't know how, but I just know now that I do.
as your companion in this life?
I do.
Okay, good job. Do you further commit to learning with Shereen total dependence on Jesus Christ? Hold on. In times of abundance and need, whether healthy or sick, when you are well fed or hungry, for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
Shereen, do you commit to love Bryce as your only companion in this life?
I do.
Do you further commit to learning with Bryce total dependence on Jesus Christ in times of abundance and times of need, whether healthy or sick, when you are well fed or hungry, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right, she was ready. That's good. We have here 2 wedding bands, both of them complete circles of gold, reminders at all times that what you have begun today does not cease. Death does not break your love for each other. It may cause it to be temporarily separated, but nothing breaks it from this day forth, okay? Mr. Bryce, I'm going to let you start this off. You can slip that on her hand. Okay. And repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
And promise my love to you alone.
And promise my love to you alone.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Well done. You did good. There you go. You're doing good. All right. Shereen? Him, not me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
And promise my love to you alone.
And promise my love to you alone.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Let's have prayer. Father, thank you so much for the chance that you give me to rejoice in the union of people, where 2 hearts come together with the gift of love that you have given them, to commit to one another for as long as they both shall live. Lord, I pray that you would please have your hand on Bryce and Shereen. Lord, that you would bless these 2 and help them to have ears that are ready to listen to you and hearts ready to obey you. No longer as 2 individual separate people, but as one heart and one flesh and one mind. Glorifying you multiplied times more than they could apart because they are together. We thank you for that. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Almost there. Having pledged your love to each other and sealing that commitment with the giving and receiving of these rings, by the authority entrusted to me by Jesus Christ, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. It is my distinct honor and privilege to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Bryce McGann.
Okay, Shereen, I'll be honest with you. I sat down for weeks thinking of what I would say to you. Because I'm so happy for you, because you've been so happy. And Bryce makes you wonderful. He knows how amazing you truly are, and he loves you with everything that he has, and I know that. But as I was sitting down, I would think of all these different memories that we had. Whether it was playing doctor at Nanny's, all the different times, and the picnics we had on the hill beside of our parents' house. One stuck out in my mind, and it was the time whenever you were getting ready to graduate high school. And it was your last performance of the dance line for the football season. And I knew things were changing in a way I really didn't want them to, because my big sister is getting ready to leave the house, and I really wanted her around. But I would have given anything to change it at that moment if I could have had you for a couple more years. But today I woke up and I knew things were changing again. And I couldn't wait. I was counting down every second, every minute, waiting for time to happen, because I wanted to see you. I wanted to see how happy you were walking down the aisle. how happy Bryce was seeing you walk down was wonderful. I will never forget the look on his face. It made me know that you were in such good hands. And I just want to thank Bryce so much for just loving my sister so much. It means the world to me to know that she's in good hands. And I really just can't wait for you guys to start your life together forever. And I can't wait to be there to watch it happen. So to you guys, I love you both.
You are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Baby, come a long way, baby. You know I hope and I pray that you believe me when I say this love will never fade away. Oh, because you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Both of us have known love before.
Thank you, bestmanspeeches.com for the sponsorship. You guys raised a lawyer, a doctor. They've got maybe 12% combined body fat. Like, it's pretty impressive. Like, whatever y'all are stirring in that formula in the late 80s, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, I've got a lot more of that stuff. I'm not saying it. To the bride and groom, Shereen, you look stunning. Absolutely stunning. Bryce, you look like you tried. Definitely tried. So, me and Bryce were sitting on a couch together, and he's got his phone, and he's, clicking on pictures of this girl. He's showing it to me, and he's like, got another picture, showing it to me, going through. He's making this Shereen Compton highlight reel. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And he just, picture after picture, he's making his reel. And I'm like, wow. And I just have this recurring question going on over and over in my mind. I'm like, finally it gets several in, and I'm like, why are you guys still using MySpace? like, don't even make sense. 2012. But no. So after my thorough convincing on Facebook that Shereen Compton was indeed a beautiful woman, we start talking, and I'm like asking him all the usual questions that I'm supposed to ask him. How long have you guys been talking? Where'd you meet? What'd she study? Does she have a twin sister? Just all the usual stuff that guy's supposed to ask. But we get done. We talk for a little bit. We get done. Bryce walks up, and I'm just kind of watching him walk. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Bryce likes this girl. Like, I can. He said they've only been dating. You weren't even dating. They've only known each other a couple of months at this time. And I'm like, I can tell he's answering these questions in, maybe a different way than normally you would. Not saying anything. And I'm like, he told me, so he told me what you're studying, so I'm thinking, and I already know what Bryce is going to be, I know the kind of man that Bryce is, and I know what Bryce has in store for his future. And with that little brief highlight reel thing, explanation of you, I start thinking about you, and I'm like, wow, just think about what she could be as well. And put you two together, and it's like, wow, you know, what an amazing couple you guys could be. Like, truly epic, you know. Like, how amazing would it be to see you guys together, you know? That's what I was thinking. And so, 6 years later, you know, here you guys are, getting married. It's absolutely amazing to see you together. You're an absolute power couple. So proud of you guys, proud of everything that you've done. I really only have one quote, period, for anything. It's from one of my favorite people, the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. He once stood in the Dean Dome and told everyone at UNC Chapel Hill's campus that the ceiling is the roof. So tonight, this is you guys' ceiling, and I can't wait to see your roof. Congratulations, you guys. I love you.
Baby, it's been a long day, baby. Things ain't been going my way, you know I need you here. You clear my mind all the time. And baby, the way you move me, it's crazy. It's like you see right through me and make it easier. You please me, you don't even have to try. Oh, because you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Baby, come a long way, baby. You know I hope and I pray that you believe me when I say this love will never fade away. Oh, because you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Both of us have known love before. Come on, no promising like the spring to walk on out the door. Our hearts are strong and our hearts are kind. Let me tell you, just